Do you fall off track at the weekend and constantly find yourself starting again Monday because there was always something going on? There's always something that's just coming in your way that is just ruining the weekend, and then you're forever starting your diet on Monday. So, couple of questions I want to ask you first before I give you some solutions. Why do you feel the need to overeat on the weekends if that is what you are doing? Obviously, the odd birthday barbecue, that's fine. But if it's something that you are continually doing nearly every weekend, that bottle of wine just accidentally gets opened on a Friday night, or the chocolate comes out on a Saturday, are you doing it for a reason that you're not really conscious of? So I'm going to ask you some questions. So Monday to Friday, how does your diet look? Is it really restricted? Is it I've got to make up for what I've eaten on the weekend, so I'm going to be really low calories? How does your Monday to Friday food look? Is there a lot of restriction in there, and is it low calories kind of making up for the weekend? Because that could be potentially your problem. I always get clients to include as much food as they enjoy throughout the week to stop you then going, I've been deprived Monday to Friday, I deserve a treat on the weekend. Have you ever said that? I deserve a treat on the weekend. And sometimes you might think, do you know what? I've done X, Y, Z. I really want to enjoy myself with food. And that is okay. If you are not self-medicating with food all the time and it is stopping you getting to your goals, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when that becomes an issue of giving yourself a treat. Now and again is fine, but obviously not all the time. So have a look at that Monday to Friday food. Have you got things that you enjoy in there? So for me, it's chocolate, it's biscuits, it's crisps. Now, you're probably not expecting that answer from me, but that is what I have. So I have probably 4 Biscoff biscuits every day. Have a little bit of chocolate. I had a packet of crisps yesterday. Sometimes I'll have 2. I'll make sure that those are in MyFitnessPal at the beginning of the day. I won't get to the end of the day and go, I haven't got any room for those biscuits, because I know that those are what keep me on track. If I have 4 biscuits every day, it stops me getting to the weekend and eating a full packet and ruining my diet for the day. And because it's so easily done, biscuits can so add up, calorie-wise, because it's so low volume that you could eat a full packet and not even think about it and go, there's 600 calories just gone. So have a look at your food Monday to Friday. Is it too restrictive? Are you not including those treats? The point you get to the weekend, you're I need a treat on the weekend. So maybe mix it up a little bit. Add some food in you'll love during the week. Another one is Monday to Friday, you absolutely hate your job. You hate it. You feel that on a Friday you need that bottle of wine to unwind because you absolutely hate what you do. It's been a chore all week. It's been tough, mentally, physically, however challenging that might be for you. So you feel that on the weekend you need food to kind of recover from your job. Now, I'm not saying go out tomorrow and change your job. However, think about that. If you work in, say, a school, can you go work in another school? If you work in a shop, can you go work in another shop? If you work in an IT department, can you go work for a different company? You're not going to change this overnight. But if you are resonating with this and you think, I open a bottle of wine every Friday because I'm so stressed with work. We can't all change our jobs. But, I was probably guilty of this in the past when I worked in bars and restaurants, on a Tuesday evening. It's a bit different when you work in bars because a Tuesday's your Friday. But, come home from a really busy shift, I'd have to have counted the stock, done the wages, dealt with stress of the day, customers complaining, I'd get home and go, I need a drink. And if you find yourself doing that all the time, like I said, if one-off is fine. If you find yourself doing that all the time, really have a think. Is your job serving you? We go to work to earn money to enjoy life. But if you're going to work being miserable and not enjoying life, regardless of how much money you have, you are not going to be happy. And if you're using then food, alcohol, other drinks as a coping mechanism that is ruining your diet, keeping you from your body of your dreams, then maybe look at the job. And not many people will look there. They will always go, I just have that bottle of wine, it's the alcohol, I just have that takeaway in the weekend. And maybe it's not the takeaway. Look at the cause. Why are you doing these things? It's not necessarily the actual food or drink. It is the cause behind it. Things like tiredness, menstrual cycle, of course, can kind of come into play and throw your diet off track, but we're not going to talk about those today, or else I will be here all day. So those are the 3 questions like I wanted to ask you. So have you been good all week and restricting all your food so you feel like you need something at the weekend? Have you taken out all the good stuff? So again, you feel the need to eat it all on the weekend. Is your job stressful? You don't enjoy it, so you feel the need again to use food as that coping mechanism to kind of, just escape from that Monday to Friday life. Next things, if some of those have resonated with you, you can kind of go, yeah, okay. But if not, if everything's hunky-dory, you're loving life and you're just overeating at the weekend, or you're just wanting to enjoy more food at the weekend, what are a few strategies you can do to kind of allow yourself those treats on the weekend? So what you can do is look at your calories as a weekly total. So rather than going, I've got 1,500 calories every day, maybe think about taking a few calories off each day and compounding them and adding them to the weekend. Your body doesn't know 24 hours a week, it just knows over time. If you ever hear me speak about anything, whatever it is, diet, exercise, it's what you continually do over time. It's not what you do in one day. That is not going to make much of a difference. It's what you consistently do over time. So if you had a diet of like 1,200 calories Monday to Friday, and then you went, you know what, I'm going to have 2,500 calories on a Saturday and a Sunday, you're probably in a deficit. I haven't done the maths, but work it out, whatever you want. Like you can probably do that over the week. So have 2 high days on the weekend and then low during the week. That's if you can cope with the low calories. Or you could just have 1 high day. You could have 2 maintenance days. So say that your calories are 1,500 and your maintenance is 2,000. So maintenance just means you're not losing weight, you're not gaining weight. So you do 1,500 calories Monday to Friday. You are in 5 days of a deficit. So you've built up a deficit of 2,500 calories during the week. Then on the weekend, you just go to maintenance. So you hit 2,000 calories. You still got that deficit. It's not quite a pound because 3,500 calories is a pound, but 0.75 of a pound you've lost. You've still enjoyed the weekend, you've dieted during the week. So that's the way that you can do it. Keep doing that cycle. Yes, weight loss will be slower. You're probably only going to lose about 3 pounds per month, maybe 2.5, but you're still making progress. And this all comes down to how fast you want that weight loss and how much you want to enjoy life. So I set myself a goal at the beginning of January to do 3 pounds per month because I knew that was realistic for me. I knew when time in the month comes along, I get quite hungry. So I might want to do a maintenance week. You've got family time, friends. I went to a concert, went to a festival. Those kind of days you are going to go over. So again, it's about setting those realistic targets. Like rather than going, what, I'll lose 6 pounds in a month. Is that really realistic for your lifestyle, family, kids, what you've got going on, how restrictive you want to be? Because yes, you might lose 6 pounds in a month, but what happens in next month? You've been too restrictive. You can't keep it up. You fall off your diet one day and then all of a sudden those 6 pounds have gone back on. You're in that constant yo-yo cycle. Whereas if you set yourself up right and just do 1,500 calories during the week, 2,000 at the weekend to have that bottle of wine, to have those extra snacks, takeaways, whatever it is, you're still going to see progress. And how long can you maintain that for? Probably a while. Like I've been dieting since January and I've probably only had like 3, maybe 4 days, like what I would call off my diet, where I've not tracked. Or I've loosely tracked, or I've tried to track and it's gone to about 3,000 calories. The day I went to that festival, I tracked 3,000 calories, 2,000 food, 1,000 alcohol. So what was I going to do there? Like, I'm not going to be like, oh no, I'm not going to enjoy myself. So that have been a few days where I've specifically gone off my diet and enjoyed myself, but only really probably, like I said, about 4 days, 5 maybe at most. And that is since January. And that is because I set myself up with realistic targets during the week that I can hit, that I can get to. And I've lost 17 pounds since January. Yeah, it's not as fast as everyone else, but I've consistently done it. So have a think about that. How many calories do you need each day? It might be different every day. So look at it as a weekly total. You could even do a monthly total if you want and portion your calories up throughout the month. Because like I said, your body will not know 1 day, 2 days, 10 days, what you do consistently over time. So yeah, that was everything I had. The only other thing was, if you are going out on the weekend, plan ahead. Don't just rock up somewhere and go, oh, what can I eat? If you know where you're going, calories are on menus these days. Most big chain restaurants have to have calories on restaurants. I think if it's over 250 employees. So if you are going somewhere and they've got more than 250 employees, like obviously these big chains, go and have a look at the calories online. You might have to look into like the allergy information or the nutritional information on their website. It will be there. It has to be there. If it's a small chain, so you go into like a local pizza restaurant where it's like all family owned business, you know, you can look at Domino's Pizza, at Pizza Hut Pizza, you know, Pizza Express. Have a look for something that is similar to what you are going to have. So rather than going in and going, I don't want to know the calories, it's not there, I'm just going to pretend they don't exist. That is not the way to look at it. Have a look at other menus and just try and ballpark figure out some calories. Then you're kind of aware. Like, calorie counting isn't supposed to be a chore. It's supposed to be more of an educational process. So I can look at someone's plate and go, that's about that, and that. Because when you go through life, it's like shopping. It's like money. You know what things cost. Like, if you regularly go to the supermarket, I bet you can name a few products and how much they cost. Oh, this was this much this week and now it's this much. Petrol, I bet you know how much petrol costs. You know, and it's not because you're thinking of it as a chore, it's because you need to know how much you need to spend on petrol or how much your bananas cost this week. You know, calorie counting's the same. Just think of it as like an education. Once you've learned how many calories something is, you know, you can kind of know. And that is what will keep you from gaining weight in the future, because you will be able to go out and about, have a meal and make the better choices, because you've gone through that educational process of having a look at menus in advance, picking the best things. You know, if you go to Wagamama's, the katsu curry is probably going to set you back the most out of everything. So you're probably going to avoid that unless you really want it one day. When you go out drinking, you know that like a vodka and slimline tonic is probably like the lowest calorie things, but sometimes you might want to go out and have a pina colada, you know. So it's about just educating yourself, going out and about and being aware on the weekends rather than closing your eyes to it all, trying to ignore that these calories don't exist, making the best choices. So then in the future, you can make those best choices whether you're dieting or not, and that's how you maintain your results, and that's how you can stay similar shape all year round, because you've got that education, because it is in your brain and nobody can take that away from you. So hopefully that was helpful. I probably rambled on there for 15 minutes. If you're just jumping on now and you want to obviously catch the beginning, I will post this in the group once it's uploaded. So yeah, any questions on any of that, feel free to drop it below, and I will schedule another live for next week.